Welcome back to the abyss, my fellow nightcrawlers. Tonight we delve into the shadowy corners of the world, where the veil between our realm and the next wears thin. Welcome to a journey through the eerie and the unknown. Today we explore three supernatural beacons, towers and lighthouses that attract the unseen. These structures, standing sentinel against the crashing waves or reaching for the heavens, have borne witness to centuries of human drama and otherworldly encounters. They are more than just stone and glass. They are conduits drawing in lost souls, restless spirits, and things that go bump in the night. So lock your doors, turn off the lights, and prepare to be captivated by the chilling tales of three supernatural beacons, towers and lighthouses that attract the unseen. Let the darkness envelop you as we begin. Our first journey takes us to the sun-drenched shores of Florida, where a beacon of darkness stands watch over the Atlantic. The St. Augustine Lighthouse, with its black and white stripes cutting a stark silhouette against the horizon, is a sight to behold. But beneath its picturesque facade lies a history steeped in tragedy and shadowed by the supernatural. The lighthouse, completed in 1874, replaced an earlier structure that had succumbed to the relentless assault of the sea. The new tower, though sturdier, couldn't escape the echoes of tragedy that seemed to cling to the site. During its construction, a tragic accident claimed the lives of two young girls, daughters of the construction superintendent. Their laughter, once echoing through the half-finished tower, was silenced, replaced by an unsettling stillness. Over the years, visitors and keepers alike have reported strange occurrences within the lighthouse and its grounds. Footsteps echo on the spiral staircase when no one else is around. Disembodied whispers like the rustling of silk skirts send chills down spines. And the scent of cigar smoke, heavy and lingering, hints at a presence that observes from the shadows. Some believe it's the spirits of the young girls, forever bound to the place where their lives were cut tragically short. Others whisper of a former lighthouse keeper, a gruff man named Joseph, who met his end in a fatal fall from the top of the tower. His presence, they say, is felt in the sudden gusts of wind that whip through the lantern room and the faint scent of salt water and tobacco that permeates the air. One of the most chilling tales involves a group of tourists who, while ascending the spiral staircase, claim to have encountered the ghostly apparition of a young girl in a white dress. The girl, her face pale and her eyes filled with an unnerving sadness, stared at them for a moment before vanishing into thin air. The lighthouse keepers, hardened by years of solitude and the ever-present proximity of the sea, have their own stories to tell. Tales of doors slamming shut on their own, of disembodied voices calling their names in the dead of night, and of a feeling of being watched, of never truly being alone within the tower's thick stone walls. The St. Augustine Lighthouse, a beacon of warning to ships navigating the treacherous coastline, also serves as a beacon to the unseen, a place where the veil between our world and the next seems to thin, allowing glimpses of the ethereal realm to bleed through. Our next destination takes us to the heart of London, where a fortress of stone has stood for centuries, its grim history etched into its very walls. The Tower of London, a symbol of power and fear, is a place where the weight of history hangs heavy, and the echoes of the past whisper through the corridors. Founded by William the Conqueror in the 11th century, the tower has served as a royal palace, a treasury, and most infamously, a prison. It has witnessed coronations and executions, uprisings and betrayals. Within its walls, kings and queens have walked, some to their glory, others to their doom. And it's within these blood-soaked stones that countless souls, their lives cut short by violence or despair, are said to linger. One of the most famous residents of the tower is Anne Boleyn, the second wife of King Henry VIII. Accused of treason and adultery, she was imprisoned within the tower's walls before being beheaded on the Tower Green. Her ghost, draped in white, is said to roam the tower, her mournful cries echoing through the stone corridors. Some claim to have seen her on the anniversary of her execution, walking towards the chapel where she prayed in her final hours. Another tragic figure associated with the tower is Lady Jane Grey, the 9 Days Queen. Crowned at the tender age of 15, she was deposed and imprisoned by Mary I, her cousin and rival to the throne. Her brief reign ended tragically on Tower Green, where she was beheaded at the age of 16. Her ghost, a vision of youthful innocence lost, is said to haunt the Queen's house, where she spent her final days. The Tower of London, a place of both grandeur and horror, stands as a testament to the enduring power of the past. It is a place where history comes alive, not just in the stones and mortar, but in the whispers of the dead, their stories etched into the very fabric of the building. Our final destination takes us to the remote and windswept Flannan Isles, a cluster of islands off the coast of Scotland. Here, perched atop a jagged cliff, stands the Eilean Mor Lighthouse, a solitary sentinel in a sea of churning grey. Its isolation is palpable, its silence broken only by the cries of seabirds and the relentless pounding of the waves. Built in 1899, the Eilean Mor Lighthouse was intended to safeguard ships navigating the treacherous waters of the northern Atlantic. But the lighthouse, despite its noble purpose, soon gained a sinister reputation. It became synonymous with one of the most enduring mysteries of the sea, an enigma that continues to baffle and intrigue to this day. In December 1900, the lighthouse keepers stationed on Eilean Mor vanished without a trace. The 3 men, experienced seamen all, disappeared into thin air, leaving behind an eerie silence and a mystery that has never been solved. When a relief ship arrived, the lighthouse was found deserted. The table was set for a meal that was never eaten, the clock had stopped, and the logbook, meticulously kept by the keepers, ended abruptly, its final entry hinting at a storm of unprecedented ferocity. But the storm, if there was one, left no trace on the island. The equipment was undisturbed, the door to the lighthouse was bolted from the inside, and there was no sign of a struggle. The keepers, it seemed, had simply vanished. Theories abound as to what happened to the men of Eilean Mor. Some speculate that a rogue wave, a monstrous wall of water, swept them away. Others whisper of foreign spies or pirates, of a desperate struggle for survival on the storm-lashed rocks. But the most chilling explanation, the one that sends shivers down spines and fuels countless nightmares, is that of the supernatural. Some believe that the keepers were driven mad by the isolation, their minds unraveling under the constant pressure of the wind and the waves. Others whisper of ancient forces, of malevolent entities that dwell in the depths of the sea, lured to the surface by the lighthouse's beacon. Whatever the truth, the Eilean Mor Lighthouse stands as a stark reminder of the power of the sea and the mysteries that lie hidden beneath its surface. It is a place where the line between reality and nightmare blurs, where the wind carries whispers of the vanished keepers, and where the isolation is so profound that it seems to seep into your very bones. From the sun-drenched shores of Florida to the wind-swept islands of Scotland, we've journeyed to places where the veil between our world and the next wears thin. These beacons of light, meant to guide sailors safely home, have also guided us on a chilling exploration of the supernatural. These beacons of light have guided many, but they also hold dark secrets. The stories of the St. Augustine Lighthouse, the Tower of London, and the Eilean Mor Lighthouse remind us that some places are forever marked by the tragedies they have witnessed. Until next time, stay curious and stay safe. And if you find yourself drawn to a lonely tower or a solitary lighthouse, remember the tales we've shared tonight. For you never know what whispers you might hear on the wind or what shadows might dance at the edge of your vision. Don't forget to like this video, share your thoughts in the comments below, and subscribe for more explorations into the dark corners of our world. Sleep well if you can.